Welcome to the 5 at 5 and welcome to a new season. Arsenal are back, Tottenham are done, Harry Kane is in Germany, and this season looks good already. Arsenal have done brilliantly in the summer. A statue of Arsene Wenger, new signings. We've been doing everything. Apart from the kits, we've been doing everything right. And we've got the season off to a good start with 3 points. Could have been a better scoreline, but I'll take 3 points every day of the week. Let's get into my 5 at 5. Let's go. Number 1, my favourite moment from the game by far yesterday. It wasn't just Bukayo Saka's goal. It was what he did a minute later. Now listen, the goal was unbelievable, don't get me wrong, but every player wants to do that. Every player on the pitch is going to be willing to try and score a worldie from 25, 30 yards. But not every player is willing to do what Bukayo Saka does time and time again and doesn't get appreciation for it. Obviously, he'll get all the highlights and the appreciation and the plaudits for that amazing goal. But just 1 minute later, Bukayo Saka's not chilling. He's not thinking, oh yeah, I just scored a great goal. I can kind of do what I want. No ego, nothing like that. Nottingham Forest, shortly after Arsenal have scored, they break up the pitch. Bukayo Saka could be thinking, I've done my work, it's 2-0, coasting, but no. Thomas Partey gets a bit caught out. Aina is running up the pitch, and really you'd be thinking, Saka might even think, do you know what? I'll hang up the pitch in case we get the counter-attack because my marker's gone. But no, he does the right thing for the team, tracks back and wins the ball in his own third from Aina. Now listen, this is why I love Bukayo Saka. I said in my fan cam yesterday about Ben White, how highly he speaks about playing with Saka. And Ben White actually says, he makes me look better than I am. Bukayo Saka is not just a fan's dream with the goal that he scored. He's a manager's dream with his work rate. Love that Bukayo. Number 2, Rice watch. Now look, anytime a club goes and puts a lot of money down for a player, that player is going to get a lot of scrutiny. Their performance is going to be looked at. And Arsenal have got 2 players that fit that description. Kai Havertz and our record signing, our first ever 9-figure player, Declan Rice. We spent over 100 million on him. So it's only normal that he's going to get scrutiny. So I want you guys to let me know in the comments below what you thought of Declan Rice yesterday, how well you thought he played. Now I have to admit, a word of warning here, because Declan Rice is not going to be that sort of player that does the most noticeable things every single game. You have to look a little bit deeper and really pay attention to Declan Rice. Eventually, if he plays for Arsenal, how he played for West Ham last year, he will start getting the plaudits because he was really good for West Ham last year. And in that position in the Premier League, one of the top performers. Obviously, we want him to go on to bigger and better things. But let's look at his game by numbers yesterday. 102 touches, 92% pass accuracy, 10 final third entries, 6 duels won, 5 times he won possession, 4 tackles, 3 shots on target, 2 fouls, 1 interception. Look, that's an all-action display. Always involved. 102 touches, for God's sake. Declan Rice was always involved, always willing, never far away from the ball. As far as I'm concerned, yeah, nothing unbelievably eye-catching, but a really, really important addition to our team and someone that will help us in one problem area that I think Arsenal can get a lot better on, and that is duels. I'll go into that in another point.
Yes, people, number 3. And I actually messaged Mo yesterday. I said to him, look, on your 5 at 5, you have to mention Ali McCoist on co-coms on TNT Sports. And he goes to me, you know what, you do it. So I will. I was unfortunately not at the game yesterday. I was watching from home. And that co-commentary from Ali McCoist yesterday, man, honestly, that was a masterstroke by TNT BT Sport, bringing him in and doing the commentary alongside, I think it was Darren Fletcher. I thought he was absolutely brilliant yesterday. I mean, that potent Scottish accent, man, it's just, it slaps differently. And it reminded me of Andy Gray back in the day, man, just them shivers down your spine, them tingles on the back of your neck. When that Saka goal went in, man, it was some of the best commentary I've heard. And I'm so glad that TNT brought him in on co-coms. I think he's going to be an exceptional addition. I remember listening to him, he was doing the Amazon Prime games last season and before that. But yeah, man, Ali McCoist, take a bow, exceptional commentating. Peace, man.
Gabriel left out for a tactical decision. What is that about? I don't see how it was the right thing to do to play Thomas Partey, a central defensive midfielder, in the right back spot when we've got Ben White, who's done the job brilliantly last season playing right back, who's ended up shifting to centre back, and you're leaving Gabriel out, especially when Gabriel and Saliba are such an unbelievable partnership. For me, if you're going to make a sustained title challenge, you've got to have a really, really good centre-back partnership. Play them every single week so they continue to build that understanding rather than switching things unnecessarily. For me, this was a bit of the Pep Guardiola about Mikel Arteta. I do understand what he might be thinking in the sense that Thomas Partey, when he inverts when we've got the ball, clearly against Nottingham Forest, we're going to have the ball a lot of the time, and the possession stats tell you that that was the case. So he's going to spend more time as a central midfielder than he is a right back. But even then, for me, Ben White is perfectly capable of being a good right back or, in a way, a midfielder because he's so comfortable on the ball. And you've got to play Gabriel. Clearly, when the game got a bit tense and the manager had to see it out, he did bring Gabriel on. But let me know your thoughts if you think that was the right decision and you'd like to see it again, or if you just stick with Saliba and Gabriel every single game, no matter what. Number 5, and this is about duels. I was saying that I'll do a little deep dive on this because Arsenal do not win enough duels over the 90 minutes against any type of opposition. We tend to lose more duels than we win. And we also, in the Amazon documentary, Mikel Arteta spoke about Arsenal winning duels. Now, especially aerial duels, when you look at Arsenal's performance last season in the Premier League across all of the 20 teams, we had the 3rd lowest aerial duel success percentage in the entire league. That's right. If it was based on aerial duels, we would have been relegated. So when I look at what we've done in the transfer window and we look at Arsenal's performance in duels and aerial duels, especially last season, where our average was 46.5%, we've signed Declan Rice, who has a percentage of 58.7% last season, and Havertz with 57.2% of aerial duels won last season. Now, only 2 Arsenal players have got a better percentage last season in aerial duels won percentage than those 2 players. Can you guess who our top performers were in terms of aerial duels won? Have a guess in the comments below and check my answer. I'm going to leave it in the comments below. Number 1 might surprise you. Thank you very much for watching. As usual, if you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button. I'm hoping this season is going to be a brilliant one for Arsenal. Last season, the pain of how it ended is still there. Hopefully we can go one better this season, and it will be even more sweeter if Tottenham, without Harry Kane, are languishing in mid-table, being the nothing club that they always have been. Come on, Arsenal.